Hi everyone, let's take a look at the following antiderivative. Find the integration of e to the power of root x with respect to x. Step number 1, let u equal to the square root of x. When you find du by dx, what you're looking for is the derivative of u with respect to x, and that's going to be 1 divided by 2 root x. Again, you can always go back, write down x to the power of half, use the power rule, bring down the half to the front, and take the exponent, subtract by 1. We write this with positive exponents or in radical form. And when you isolate for dx, this equals to 2 root x du. What this means is you can rewrite the entire equation as, instead of saying e to the power of root x, it's going to be e to the power of u. Instead of writing down dx, you can bring the 2 to the front, write down root x, which is u by the way, times du. So again, it's going to be 2 times the antiderivative of u times e to u with respect to u. Now here's the second major step. Apply integration by parts. So I'll use a different color here for you. What you're trying to do here is, again, let u equal to, now this is going to be a different u because you want to find the antiderivative using integration by parts. And in this case, maybe I'll write down f instead of u, just to make sure this is clear. Let's go back. F equals to u. And of course, when you find df by du, finding the derivative, this is going to be 1. And on the other hand, if you think about dv by dx, which is what we would normally do, I'm going to write down g prime this time, so dg by du. This is going to be e to the power of u. And of course, if you find the antiderivative, this is still going to be e to the power of u. Which means, again, using integration by parts, which means if you take the antiderivative of fg prime, that's going to be fg minus the antiderivative of f prime g. This equals to, in this case, fg, which is going to be u, times e to the u minus the antiderivative of e to the u du. Now, the difficult part is over, because if you look at this, and I'll separate this just to make sure you know what I'm doing, this equals to u, e to the u minus the antiderivative of e to the u is going to be e to the u. Don't forget you're adding a constant, c. Now, if you go back to the beginning, we wrote down the following, right? U is going to be root x. So this is really root x times e to the power of root x. And again, don't forget the 2 at the front here. So this 2 that we have here, I'm going to copy it so you don't forget, which has been multiplied by the entire expression. So 2 root x e to the power of root x, I'll put this in brackets, minus e to the power of root x plus c. Now, if I rewrite this nicely, it's going to be 2 root x e to the power of root x minus 2 e to the power of root x plus c1. And of course, c1 is just 2 times c. It's still going to be a constant. Now, if you want to double check all your steps, all you have to do, again, is you spend 1 extra minute, find the derivative of this answer, and you will get e to the power of root x back. I hope this makes sense.